What up? What up? What up? This is the social worker. I'm here to give you a little peek into my window of time of what I'm doing for this semester in school. So, as you guys know, if you have watched any of my other videos, and this will be new if this is your first time seeing me, I am in let me break it down like this. I am in an extended MSW program that has 8 terms. I am now in my 6th term after coming back from a leave of absence, and I have 2 more terms left after this one. So before I got injured, I was in my 5th term where I started my internship. And so I was a part of the mental health department at my agency, and I was doing community-based therapy. And so I would go into the community and go into schools, and I had a few clients. And so I'm taking a break from that part. I wanted to kind of fully, whatever that looks like, kind of fully heal. So I'm going back to my internship in January. So what I did was all of the classes that I would have had in my 8th term, I am now doing in my sixth term. So the classes that I'm taking now are assessment and diagnosis, social welfare policy, and lifespan of trauma adults and families. And so, like I told you, my certificate, my minor is in trauma. So I have, the electives that match up with that program. And so I am immersed in trauma literature and content, and it is heavy. It's a lot. And so right now I am supposed to be, but instead I'm doing a video. I'm supposed to be working on my first paper of the term. I love my program. I love my classes, but the one thing that I do not like are papers and reading. Like, I reading is just, I thank God for certain platforms and certain apps that I can use where it reads the articles to me, because I can't. It's too much. It's a lot. So one thing that I will share, and I'm not sure who's watching this. I don't know if if this is reaching other MSW students, and if you guys are in programs, or if you're just interested in what I'm talking about. It's amazing to me how, like, over my life, I've always advocated for other people. Like, I never, like social work found me by accident. I say social work chose me. This was not something that I was looking to do. Even with people telling me to do it, I was like, yeah, but at a certain point, I couldn't escape it, and it happened. But when I look back over my life, I realized that I was always advocating for other people. I used to be at work, in jobs and meetings, and if there was somebody who was trying to get a point across and they kept getting talked over, or they were being ignored, I'm the one that would be in the meeting that's like, excuse me, yeah, she's trying to say something, and what she's trying to say is blah, blah, blah. Like, I would always step in for people. I would always try to be a voice for other people. The difference with my life back then is I didn't necessarily ask permission. So that wasn't, I didn't necessarily ask permission to help other people. Thankfully, I never heard anybody tell me that they did not like my helping. But I'm learning about boundaries, and I've had a crash course in boundaries, and I did not realize that I did not have any. And so that is like one of the worst things in the world, when you grow up without boundaries, and your boundaries, even though you don't know what they are not respected. So then you tend to not respect other people's boundaries, or even know that there should be boundaries. So the point that I'm making with this, when it comes to this social policy class, is, it feels weird to say, but like, if I'm studying to be a social worker, but I'm so clueless on social justice stuff, like the organization type stuff, or the policy type stuff, like legislation and politics type stuff. Like, I'm so far removed from that. Like, I'm gonna say it, don't judge me, but I do not watch the news. I do not read newspapers. like just in my leisure time. Like I am not one of those people, because I don't, when I tell you I do not, like I have enough and I have experienced enough trauma in my life that I have like been on this thing, especially like when the pandemic started. It was like, all right, no, I got to shut it down. I got to block it out because I'm trying to protect my peace and protect my mental health. So I definitely wasn't watching certain things. But now, as I am in this program and I am learning about social welfare policies and social justice, and I'm like, darn it, now I got to start watching the news and I got to start paying attention to what's going on in the world, because how can I help people with the systems of the world if I don't know anything about them? So I just thought I would just, tell you so you know what classes that I'm taking, and then when I do different videos or post different things, it'll maybe kind of make sense as to why I'm talking about certain things. So yeah, assessment and diagnosis, which is where you learn how to assess clients and you learn the idea and the framework around the DSM-5, which is the diagnostic manual, like of like where you would get this lovely book, and it's probably backwards. Of course it's backwards. So this is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, and this is the revised edition. And so I got my little tabs and stuff from Amazon. So cool. It took me a minute to put them on, but I was so excited, and I'm excited because now I could just flip through. So that one gives you an idea, tells you about the disorders and the different, things in there. And then kind of going through a framework of like how to go about diagnosing clients. And so then we have the social welfare policy, and this paper that I'm working on is like, I have to identify a social welfare policy, and I have to talk about what the problem is. And it's like, this assignment is going to be ongoing throughout the semester, the term, because there's multiple assignments that build upon each other. So I'm very intimidated. And so I need to stop talking because it's due tomorrow. And it's 10:08 and I've only written less than a paragraph. So I need to like get myself together. And then as far as the lifespan of trauma, adults and families, pretty much what that is across the lifespan, different trauma experiences and how it shows up. And then if you've seen my Instagram post, I posted a book that from a podcast that I had to listen to, and this book that was called, we've been learning about dissociation, and I don't even know if I'm saying the word right. I don't know why I want to say dissociation or dissociation. I said it the same way. I'm tired. So Dissociation Made Simple, and the author, I don't remember her name, but if you go to my Instagram page, you will see it. But that book is awesome, because that is a very big topic that I just could not wrap my mind around. But she, her name is Jamie. I cannot pronounce her last name. But like, yeah, I just started listening to the book on Audible, and she's really helping me to understand, what that's about and how to break it down and how to like make it make sense in your brain. So anyway, I just wanted to distract myself a little bit and also tell you what classes I'm taking, so that when you see my posts, it'll kind of make sense why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. So it's not just random, okay? Anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful day, morning, evening, wherever you are. And until the next video, deuces.